All right, on this video, we are going to walk through the funnel building checklist. This is something that I've put together for you so that you can have some framework as to what you need to be doing with each of your funnels, because with ClickFunnels or building any kind of WordPress site or anything like that, sometimes it can get frustrating. We end up just staring at the screen, not really having any direction to go with. This is something that you can use to follow along and make sure that you're getting steady success, or maybe even it's something that you refine, maybe make your own tweaks to it and pass it along to your team so that they can implement the same kind of work that you would be doing on your own. All right, now we're going to be using an actual funnel example here, and what I wanted to show you is that first, hold on, let me show you this. So inside of ClickFunnels, one of the really neat features is the share funnel. Okay, so I'm inside. We're going to use a dental implant funnel and give you an example where it says settings. I'm going to click there, and then you're going to see share funnel. So with this, I'm able to take this link and give it to you, and it goes to a page that looks like this. And you can see down here it has a preview of the funnel that you're about to get. And if you're not a member, then you can go ahead and get your 14-day trial there. But if you're already a ClickFunnels member, you just say, hey, add this funnel, and you put in your email address. This is for our one that we set up at the very beginning. And now you'll see whenever you click that, it will upload. And if it has this little line that seems to be there, what I typically do is just go to the funnels, and then you'll see share funnel, and then it automatically does it. Okay, so now I will click view funnel, and just like that, with a one-click install, you have your full dental implant sales funnel created for you. This is an example of a tripwire funnel, okay, at your fingertips. And for getting the course, you are getting a whole bunch of other share codes that I'm going to be passing along to you for making the decision to go ahead and invest in it, okay? Because going to save you time, money, energy, and really want to just overload you with some really fun stuff here, okay? Now, you might not use all these funnels, but there's going to be, I guarantee you, there's going to be a handful of them that you go to and use routinely again and again. So we're going to be jumping back and forth here between our checklist and our actual funnel, okay? And let me show you here. So the very first part is just like, this is a personal, what we call the creator's code, okay? This was passed on to me by one of my mentors, and it has like a two-part framework, okay? One is progression, not perfection, okay? You want to be steadily progressing in whatever it is that you're creating. Nobody can buy, this is the way that he's always said it to me, okay, is that nobody can buy your ideas, okay? You have to give them an offer. And that what that means is, like, if it just sticks in your head and you don't ever purge it out, whether that be verbally or creatively, whatever it is, nobody can actually purchase it or can really evaluate it to be like, yes, this is what I want, okay? And a lot of times we get stuck with our ideas, have to be completely perfect before we verbalize or create anything from them. And that's really not the way things work. You really have, there's an idea, it gets purged out, and then it gets perfected. You can look at all the major companies out there, Microsoft, Apple, things like that. They will release a product. It will be subpar. It'll make you feel like, oh my gosh, how did they overlook this glaring thing? And the chances are they probably knew about it, but they weren't sure what the impact it would have on the consumer response. And so by at least putting a product out there, they're allowing people to evaluate it, give them feedback, and then they can perfect it for the next one, okay, kind of thing. So that's why I like to wait until, if there's something new, especially if it's a brand new product or something like that, I wait for version 2.0 because it's typically going to be significantly better, all right? And then the second part of the creator's code is beautify and tweak a creation, not an idea, which I kind of elaborate on. It beautifies the on the first one. So once you get the creation made, okay, then you can worry about beautifying it. So in the sense of what we're doing here is with your sales funnel, don't worry about making it completely perfect and editing every little thing to be just right, okay? If there's some buttons that maybe are too big on mobile versus desktop, so what, who cares, okay? If there's like maybe a little line of copy that, is misspelled, it's not the end of the world, all right? You can beautify and find all those different little things and tweak those different little things. If you start getting a huge amount of feedback from people that are pointing it out to you, then you can always tweak and beautify and make it better. You might have somebody look at it and be like, "Oh man, I love this funnel, but I'd love to make you some graphics for your follow-up process or stuff like that," because people will do that. If you're good at what you do and good at your sales messaging and stuff like that, I'll have people that like want to volunteer to help with a project because they just really love the process that we build and stuff like that. So that's just a quick little framework to have going forward is, be progressing, don't worry about perfection, and beautify as you go. And that's kind of like how this checklist is built. So before you even start even thinking about building a sales funnel and ClickFunnels, you should be crystal clear on your audience, your avatar, who it is, the person that you are speaking to, what they, and I'm not going to go into full detail of this, it's not for the scope of this part of the course, but know your avatar, okay? So we're going to assume that yes, we know exactly who we're speaking to, and we're going to, now that we know who we're speaking to, we got to create an offer for them, okay? Now, when you're creating your offer, these are 4 points that I would say that you would want to be able to check off as much as possible, okay? You want to have urgency, you want to have price proving, social proof, and offer intensifiers, okay? And each one of these goes into details. This is just like a little bonus, little tip. You don't have to use this stuff, but I highly recommend. This is content that was taught to me that has really helped craft some offers that make them irresistible, okay? And after you get done making your offer, kind of ask yourself these questions. Do you have a clear and meaningful reason why they should purchase? Are you taking every advantage to actively collect testimonials from happy users? Like different little things like that, all related back to your avatar, okay? Like to where if you were setting your offer right in front of your perfect avatar, would you have all of these things where they would be compelled to buy? All right, you want to, because good marketing makes sales easy. Shitty, lazy marketing, makes sales a freaking nightmare. Okay, so do the homework early on, really dig into it, and your wallet will greatly appreciate it. All right. So after we have our avatar and our offer, we want to sketch out our pages to really figure out what is the funnel that we want to build. I'll typically do this on just some plain computer paper, okay, before I even deal with the technology of things, because chances are sometimes I might not even be the one building it. It might be somebody on my team building it, but I got to be able to share the vision on what I expect them to have. And so I recommend really getting used to doing this so that you can leverage your time later on if if that's something that you want to do. So drawing it out might be as simple as something like for our dental implants thing. If we have this idea of saying like, hey, I really want to get more clients I want to go get more dental implant clients for my dentist, okay? Well, we know that dental implants are high ticket, okay? And to do that, people have to be at the right buying time, all right? They have to mentally be ready to buy that. People don't just randomly be like, I want dental implants, from seeing something. They're probably already, problem aware, and they know that they need, they're probably right here in the solution aware level of messaging. And so we want to craft our whole sales funnel around that. So that's going to look like a landing page that we're going to, hit on that desire of what they want. A thank you page, really intensifying it, letting them know how good of a decision that they just made, maybe sharing some tips right away, okay, and intensifying it, because in dental implants, we're taking people online and bringing them offline. And the best way to do that is incentivizing them to go ahead and book a call. Okay, and we do that with a short little survey, because again, this is high ticket, so we got to make sure that they're qualified, and then we get them on a phone call to make sure that, you know, this is where really the handoff comes, you know, to your client or to the dentist to really be able to do the follow-up. Your job is to get that desire, you know, intensify it, all right, and then make sure you qualify them before handing them off to your client. And with this, that takes us to our next, once we have this mapped out, it takes us to our next phase of writing out the copy. Okay, so I kind of hinted to this already, but you really want to know what temperature your ideal customer, like this funnel is built for one particular person. Like, you're not trying to sell a hot and a cold person inside this one funnel. Okay, you want to know exactly who you're doing, who you're writing to, and make sure your ad copy is aligned with that. So in this situation, this is typically somebody who is aware they have dental problems, right? And they've been told or are pretty aware that, hey, they've been doing some homework that, hey, I need to get dental implants, right? But they're not really sure who to go to, right? So if you can be the one that helps them know exactly more about the problem and more about the solution that they need, then when it comes to a time to buy, they're more likely to do business with you. And so that's why your landing page would revolve around something like, this isn't, we have a different one on our page that we'll look at in a second, but I could just use this kind of thing: revealing 4 secrets to dental implants to never have to worry about your smile again. All right, something like that. And that's going to be, or like 4 secrets to dental implants uh, that you need to make sure your dentist is aware of, or something like that. Like, those are always good social proof kind of things. But really dialing in your messaging. You're unaware, and I'm going to have another, I'll refer you to my other sheet that I've made for you that talks about all the different awareness levels and how to construct your lead-ins or your capture pages or your advertisings and stuff like that related to that. It's not for the scope of this video, okay? But just something to be thinking of. These are just little bonus things, because remember, we haven't even started building the funnel yet. So from this little exercise, you'll have your headlines, you'll have some bullets of features and benefits of your product, you'll have your right call to action. I do recommend funnel scripts if you haven't seen it already, to help spark ideas for all these different things. It is an extra cost outside of ClickFunnels, but I think it's well worth the value. I might have a little bonus video on that. And then you also want to gather up all your images and videos that you're going to be using. So whenever you mapped out your pages, you kind of said, all right, I'm just going to have text on this one, but I'm going to have a video on this page, and then I'm going to have a video with some images of happy customers beforehand, you know, around here. Maybe you're going to have an image of like smiles, you know, there, whatever it might be. You want to get all that content together so that when it's time to build the funnel, we're ready to go. All right, so let's get into this, and we're going to be jumping now back and forth between here. So with the funnel build, you want to be asking yourself, what kind of outcome do you want? All right, and this is based on our tripwire, our webinar, and our high ticket. Well, this one is going to be kind of like our, for this outcome, we want to tripwire them with content, but we want to send them to our high ticket offer, because dental implants are like, you know, 10K plus kind of deal. So they're going to require a certain type of ascension application model. And so your outcome is either for lead gen purchase purposes or to get a purchase. And the way you think about it is, are you trying to marry the prospect, or are you just trying to start dating? All right, and if you're brand new to your world, you're probably just trying to date them, and you're going for a lead gen offer. If maybe they've been in your email follow-up for a while, or you've been marketing to them for a bit, or your offer is just so irresistibly awesome, okay, and it's low ticket, just a tripwire type thing, then you can go straight for that purchase, okay? But you're going to decide all that beforehand. So before we've constructed any page inside of ClickFunnels whatsoever, we know who our avatar is, we know what they want, okay, and we have a message to make sure that we are clear on what our offer is, and we have a process for them to easily move through the buying decision, okay, and we have all the content to make sure that it's visually appealing and aesthetic to the offer, okay. So once we have all these things, now we can start constructing our sales page or our sales funnel, rather, okay. So inside of here, let me see if I can make this a little easier. No, I'm just going to jump back and forth. I'm going to move this one in here, and I'm just going to be walking through. You'll have this PDF underneath so you can follow along with this as I physically walk through it, on this video. So very first thing is, if you didn't have an awesome, convenient share code where it's kind of pre-built for you, the first step you want to do is build out the section, rows, and elements. So what you would have to be doing if you didn't have this awesome feature is of a share funnel, you would just hit build funnel. You would figure out which funnel that you need based off of what you mapped out, okay? And there's a bunch of different options kind of thing. A two-step tripwire funnel would probably be an example for this, or a lead magnet funnel. And if you're not sure which one, or if you want to get some more clarity on each of these without having to click all of them, the Funnel Hacker Cookbook is a great way to, review all these different things, and you can search in their feature, and you can use the different things over here. Like we wanted to generate leads here, so that just narrowed it down a lot for us. Let me put this up here. So just by hitting lead gen, we've been able to simplify this, but again, this might still be a little confusing, and people can get paralyzed in procrastinating on like which one they want to be using. Oh, I should be doing this one, I should be doing that one. Don't let yourself fall into that one. Just progress, pick something, do it. You can tweak it later, okay? And that's one of the reasons why I have the share codes, is so that you can just go ahead and get started with it. Then the next thing that they'll do, Russell will walk you through exactly what it is. This will be a little funnel map you can see, where it's basically, hey, here's what you're going to get, and then it's going to go into the thank you page kind of thing. But we want something a little bit more than that. But just to show you, all right, boom. We click here, get funnel. Give that a second. And now this is in here. And you could start working on it based on, all right, so you would have all this stuff in here, but we want to have dental implants. We want to have probably a dental image right here, stuff like that. So our very first thing in our checklist is to build out the section, rows, elements, and framework, okay? Which this is kind of already done for us for the most part, but if we're happy with this layout, we can keep it as is and move on to filling in our copy and media and stuff like that, right? But if we're like, no, I don't want a image right here, we want a video, we would just go ahead and move this in here, okay, and take out this one. So that's there. Let's say that we wanted the video bigger. I'm going to move this over. Let's say I didn't need all this. It's too much copy right there, and we just wanted something simple right here. We could do it, and then I wouldn't worry about all the colors and stuff like that just yet. That's just like tedious stuff that can be changed easy at the end. Starting off, you just want all the boxes in the right places so that you can tweak as needed, okay? So, but you don't have to do all of this. This is just if you had nothing to go on, that's kind of the process. But since we have, let me go back to our funnels here. Since we have a dental implants funnel already, we have the convenience of already having this pre-done for us. So I'm going to open this in the new tab. All right. And although this is really probably about 80%, 90% done for you, you still need to get some stuff done with it. Okay. And let me get back to here so that you can see what we've done so far. All right. 1 second. Okay. So inside of here, we are going to walk through some of building out, since we already kind of have this built out, you might want to adjust it. Like if you want to have a video or stuff like that, use something a little bit different than the templates we've provided, go ahead and do that. Fill in the copy and media. All right, don't worry about all the font stuff. We talked about that. Now what I'm going to do is walk you through all of these different infrastructure tweaks, because that's really the main work that you need to be doing with these share codes that we've given you. Okay, so the very first thing is SEO, the metadata type stuff. So under settings, we're going to SEO meta, and you'll see here that the title, description, stuff like that, it's not really something that looks very good sharing wise. So you can just say something like free dental report. Right here, you could literally, copy this and paste it in there. You can say Dr. Dental or whoever your doctor is. The social image right here. I'll just show you what it looks like. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can do. Let's say I just put this big check mark. Okay, just that's what's going to be shown whenever you have. This was what a little preview. If you were to share this on social media or on Google SEO kind of thing, that's kind of what you see. So you want to adjust this as appropriate for your needs. All right. The ClickFunnels badge. This is something that you can disable or enable, per page, or you can have general overview across all funnels that have this done. But just so you know where it's at, you go under general settings and you'll see here affiliate badge show. This is what's going to be. Probably should give you a preview. So down here, you see this ClickFunnels badge. If somebody clicks on that, it is an affiliate link to your offer, okay? Or to, I'm logged in, so it goes there, but if I were to open it in incognito, it would be different. So we are going to hide our badge. Search engines, this is your choice. If this is something that you want to be showing up in the search engines, go ahead and show it. If not, you can hide it there. Save that. All right, so next thing is mobile versus desktop. So up here, we got mobile. And for me, that looks, pretty good. Maybe I can shrink this button. Maybe that's a little big. So what I would do, I just hit clone. I'd go to settings, mobile only. Okay, and then this one, I would hit settings and hit desktop only. So that now when I go to mobile and desktop, there's two different buttons doing the same thing, but this button now I can make look, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing on mobile. Okay, that's just some simple stuff. Place the legal stuff. All right, so this is all the things down here. All right, if different industries are going to have different responsibilities. Of course, if you're advertising on Facebook, you need to have a privacy policy, have earning disclaimer if you're talking about money, different things like that. I know like for the real estate market, when we get into that funnel, you need to have a whole slew of different logos and things in it. So just whatever it is, make sure that you're staying compliant with your industry needs and go ahead and address that on the front end so it doesn't get doesn't fall through the cracks. All right, so next thing is re-edit page for looks and designs. This one is pretty much done and ready and happy, okay? If I wanted different colors, different color schemes, stuff like that, I could do that easily on here. Link email autoresponder is our next checklist. So that's under our settings, integrations. We just select which one we want to use. add to list. Boom, and now we see connected, and we'll confirm that by seeing our little green check mark. So that's good. Or if this was a purchase or sales page, we would link that. And then we want to test it all, okay? And to test it, we don't want to use preview here. We want to exit out, and we'd want to go to the page, see what it looks like. I take this and shrink it down on mobile, shrink it down, bigger kind of thing. And how big it is, that's just the matter of the resolution that my screen's on. This is just simply hitting the control minus or up or down. But I think that looks pretty good. All right. So that's our first page. And then we're going to finish it with a grunt test. This is where, the grunt test is what really will decide if this is something that serves the needs of your buyers. And this was something that I learned from Donald Miller. You can follow their site StoryBrand, but I really like the grunt test. It's the 5 seconds in 5 seconds could a caveman figure out what it is that you're offering, okay? So basically, they hit a page and they grunt, and within 5 seconds, they need to know what you're offering, how it will make their life better, and what do they need to do to buy it or get access. So what do you offer? Free dental implants info pack, right? How will it make my life better? Smile with confidence, eat normally, and live pain-free. And then lastly, what do I need to do to buy or to get access? You click here for your free info pack. So boom, within 5 seconds, if somebody, this is a great, this capture page right here is ideally suited for like a Google AdWords campaign where somebody is physically, proactively looking for a solution for dental implants or dental implants related information. So they are really warm, if not hot, in their buying process for dental implants. They're looking for information, and then boom, you show up with a convenient, information organized pack of stuff that's hitting, the whole reason. They don't want implants just for the sake of implants. They want some actual benefits. This is the desire that we were talking about. They're having this, they've been awkwardly smiling with family pictures. They've been, every time they go out to eat, they're kind of having to hide this grimace of pain that they're dealing with, and it's just been a constant, frustration for them. And this might be a loved one that's doing this homework, right? And they've been seeing their spouse, having all these problems, and they're doing their homework to really show them all the information of what they need to do to solve that pain point, right? So that's the 5 second grunt test, and that's what really I think will help a lot of people going forward, is to really evaluate your work from a 30,000 foot view to make sure that you're solving the problem that people have, okay? Clearly, because if you confuse, as Donald Miller says, if you confuse, you lose, okay? You want to make clear messaging, get straight to the point, and make sure that there's an advantage for the prospect coming across your content. So first page, we would mark it off as done. Then we would go into our next step of this sales process, and we would start the building process all over, okay? And we've already done this one. So this is the next one, right? So after they opt in, this is where they come to next, and we're basically going to be doing the same exact thing. And what that means, we're going to go back up. All right, we are going to basically be starting at the construct the pages part for this one. So we want to build out our section, rows, elements framework. So on this page, they just opted in for the free report. All right, and so what I would probably recommend adding here is a personal video. Okay, especially if you're the dentist. If your dentist is cool with it, I'd have them shoot a video saying, hey, just sent you over that free information pack, and maybe even have it printed out and hold it up to show them what they can expect. And then let them do a good strong call to action to say, would you like a complimentary consultation? If so, please complete this form below and apply, and I'd be looking forward to chatting with you, okay? And something super simple like that. And if I wanted to, it's just a little thing I want to do, this top margin, so you can like separate it a little bit right there, okay? And so that's a little subtle tweak. The other thing is with the copy or media, this little JavaScript, what I'm using for this survey is Woo form. Let me show you what that looks like. So you go to Woo form. It's by SurveyMonkey. It's I think your first like so many. Let's see what it says right here. Boom. So this is just the free account. For just $19 a month, you can do you can do a lot more stuff, but it's just a free option. You can go ahead and knock out some simple ones. It's let me go back. I'll show you what I did for this. So I just created this generic survey for lead gen, and you would call this dental implants evaluation consultation, whatever it is, kind of thing. Whatever information that you'd want to have for your niche specific industry. Once you have the form all built out, and it's super simple to build, like I hit date, I can move this, hit the if I want to do an audit of their site, give me their website, multiple choice, move this up, and then you can type in, what are you wanting the most? And then you can say, what choices you want, in the sense of implants or consult, whatever kind of thing. Then whenever you are ready to share, there's a share button. I want to discard the changes, and then this big embed button right here, or embed stuff. Move up here. I'll show you. So right here, I would just copy this code, come back to find my funnel, and this little custom JavaScript, just to show you again where that's at, you scroll down to the very bottom of your ClickFunnels elements and drag and drop, and there, same exact thing. Settings, open code editor, it's empty, but I have the code to put that in there. I'm gonna hit save, and then if I do preview, we should see two forms. So let's see. Is this one? Or maybe it's like smart enough to not duplicate. If so, that'd be pretty. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. Mobile only. Desktop. So, yep. Yeah, so this one is just, I didn't have it all the way filled out, but you can see they are both there. If I were to, and this is why you just test everything just to make sure you have it all set up right. Because I'm not even sure which one's which now. Let's see what we look like. All right, yeah, so we're all good. So that's our survey. So let's get back on track here after that little detour. So all our copy and everything's filled out on this page. Next thing, SEO right here. So just a survey, free consultation, imagery. This SEO stuff doesn't really matter because it's on the thank you page, which isn't really that big of a deal. We can double check if we want to take off our affiliate badge or if we want to hide our thank you page, which most likely you're going to want to hide your thank you page from search engines. Mobile versus desktop, we just kind of looked at that on both of them. Legal stuff on the thank you pages, after it's really your landing pages that you need to have consistent policies and procedures, stuff like that. But every industry is different, so just do your due diligence on making sure that you have the right content on your pages. Re-edit for looks and design. So maybe if you wanted a different color, you wanted to add the a logo to the office, maybe even a map, a picture of a overlay of where the office is located, so they can get real familiar with where their consultation might be, or if it's just going to be a phone consultation, they can have a picture of the dock space and everything, even if you don't want to have a video of them, just so they can get familiar with them. All right. And then really make sure, finish with a grunt test, say that, hey, in 5 seconds, do they know what this page is serviced for? What is it offering? How will this make my life better? And what do they need to get access? Well, the offer is a complimentary consultation. It'll make their life better. And this is where the video, I would say maybe need to add some bullet points if you don't have a video done, of talking about the benefits and features of this complimentary consultation and all the value that they'll get out of it, like what kind of knowledge or insights will they have. Maybe even you have an intensifier saying like, hey, if you go ahead and book this consultation, we'll knock off X amount of dollars from your implants if you choose to do business with us. And then you tell them, what do I need to do to buy or get access to whatever you're offering? And we're telling them to complete the form below to apply. All right. So we hit all the check marks. Next thing is confirm. This is basically like after they submit that application, okay, where they go to. And as you see, and this is just reminding them it's a limited time. Don't miss out. If let me go to the edit page instead of the preview page. All right. So this is just letting them know that that this complimentary consultation is for a limited time only. And in order to not miss out, please be sure to answer your phone when we call, or they can call us now. And this is where you could even intensify this part, saying like, if you call now, we'll also include, and you can include something of extra value. Again, you could add an image of the actual office, the building, or something like that, just to show what to expect, get them more familiar with your brand and everything. And on this last page, real super simple, everything's built out. Our copy is filled in. We got some ideas for tweaks that we could make. Our SEO, we'll go ahead and just knock out and say thank you kind of thing, because this is what shows up right here. You can see as I type this, it changes. Thanks. So this is what we're really trying to make sure that, because people see it, it's attention to detail like that people appreciate. The badges, we're going to hide, and then hide from the search engines. Legal stuff as needed. We're going to, tweak for colors and designs. And really, if anything, I would also maybe add a button to the website, so because you don't want your content to ever end, right? You always want them to have somewhere to go if they want to know more information. Or maybe you could say download free report. You could put that there, or you could say, check out our website. You could do like us on Facebook, whatever it might be. Okay, you can do some kind of call to action here to keep them inside your sphere of influence. Okay, and at the end of it, we're still, what are we offering? How will it make my life better? And what do I need to do to get access? So reiterating the complimentary consultation. We probably would want to add some kind of benefit here. Why will make my life better? Because you can say like consultations and save, whatever it might be, $500 off for a limited time. And what do they need to do? Please be sure to answer or to go ahead and call, kind of thing. So boom, we have the three grunt tests, tests to prove, to make sure that we're staying, honest to our buyers and audiences and things like that. All right. So that's kind of, what it is going through this funnel building checklist. Okay. I recommend downloading it, or you can kind of share it in your own Google Docs and tweak it as needed kind of thing. But it gives you some great framework to just be able to crank out content one after another. So what we're going to do going forward is use this to kind of go through all the different share funnels that you're getting inside of this course.